welcome to another day of Christmas Driving Challenge. This tutorial will be super simple and of course very fluffy. If you want a little helper, grab the sketch on my Patreon as a guideline, also the full brushes and my color palette. I'm drawing on 9x9 inches canvas and you can find more details on my Patreon. Let's get started. Lower the sketch opacity. Create a new layer beneath the sketch. Select the orange color and the white charcoal brush. Fill the shape. Now select a soft brown color. Draw wings and sides of the body. And the belly with bright color. Smudge it slightly with the same kind of brush. Now we are going to define the edges. Select the orange color and my fur brush number 2. Draw fluffy edges. You can draw fur or some feathers here. It can be super loose or rough. Switch to the soft brown color and also draw on the wings. Add some fur also with the bright color. Create a new layer under the bird and select the red color and dry ink. Draw the head. On my Patreon you can find more inspiration for heads if you want to try more of them. Create a new layer above and select the bright pink color. Draw the brim. Now select the red again and one charcoal. Draw the pom-pom. Tap on the head layer. Create a new one above and tap on the clipping mask. Select a dark red color and draw a shape. Using dry ink and a small brush size, draw some details, like folding lines, for example. Tap on the N and select the multiply option. Now smash the shade slightly. Maybe lower the opacity. Using an eraser and medium airbrush, soften the shade, sharper on this folding. Create a new layer above, tap on the clipping mask. Using bright color, draw some highlights, with a small brush size on those folding, and then also with a bigger brush size. Create a new layer above the brim and tap on the clipping mask. Draw a shade also here. Tap on the body layer and fix if you have gaps here. Turn on the sketch. Create a new layer above and tap on the clipping mask. Select the dark red, purple color and the multiply option. Using the white charcoal, draw the shade on the bottom and between the eyes. Smudge it slightly. Now back to the main body layer. We add more leather and details here. Select my full brush number 5 and darker brown. Draw some details. Also with orange, make your bird more fluffy and soft. Draw some feathers around. Also with a big darker color. And also with the very bright. Create a new layer below the sketch. Select soft brown color and dry ink. Draw the tiny bead. Select the black color and create a new layer. Turn on the sketch if you need. Draw the eyes. Just simple dots. Turn off the sketch and fix if needed. In a new layer, draw white dots. Now create a new layer under the eyes. Select a dark color and a medium airbrush. Draw a strong shade around the eyes. Soften it with an eraser. Now create a new layer above the beak and tap on the clipping mask. Select the white color and the noise brush. Draw highlights. Smudge it slightly. In a new layer below, using soft brown, draw eyebrows. If you want to change shapes or placement, use the arrow tool. Or the magic wand, liquify and push option. This is my favorite tool. I want to add some details to the eyes, so you can try it too. Tap on the eyes layer, select black and my full brush 5. Draw these cute lines on the sides. Create a new layer on top, select soft orange and add more details to the face. And all around and wherever you want. Switch to the noise brush and draw on the cheeks. Maybe rather with red color. Much better. Turn on the sketch. Create a new layer on the top and select the blue color and dry ink. Draw the outline of the letter. Then tap on the lasso tool with the freehand and color fill options and draw over the outline. Then tap on the dot to fill the shape. Fix if needed. Turn off the sketch, create a new layer and tap on the clipping mask. Select the dark blue color and draw this line here. Smudge it slightly and sharpen edges with an eraser. In a new layer above, using white color and a noise brush, draw some highlights. Create a new layer under the shade and write Santa or draw some cute sign. Create a new layer above the letter layers, select the dark brown and draw tiny feet. Maybe even smaller. Create a new layer under the letter and draw shade using medium airbrush. And also in a shade, the letter layer, draw a shade under the feet. You can draw some highlights on the feet in a new layer and using white color and noise brush. I forgot shade on the pom-pom. Tap on the shade layer and select dark red and wine charcoal. Draw on the bottom. And in the new layer, draw also a bit of highlights. I want to move with the letter. In this case, slide the letter layers to the right to select them, and now you can move with all of them together. Back to the bird. Try to play with the shade opacity. I want to make it stronger. And now create a new layer above, clipping mask. Select bright color and a noise brush. Draw a bit of highlights around the face. Tap on the N and select Add option for extra shine. Smudge it slightly and maybe lower the opacity. Perfect, well done! Try some color for the background or keep it like this. Share your drawing in our Christmas chat and see you next time!